Yay Media Group.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to Spill the Beans podcast.
We're the girls.
Happy Friday. It's Friday. Is it August 1st?
Tomorrow is August 1st.
On Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
That is insane.
So happy end of the month.
Oh my gosh. Live, laugh, love.
Summer is gone. Just kidding.
Not here, not today.
I've been seeing a lot of people saying like, oh, goodbye to summer, goodbye. And I'm like, wait, like we still have August, please.
Right. And it just started getting hot here.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been in fall.
We've been winter, fall, spring.
Yeah.
Summer is yet to be upon us.
No.
But yeah, I hope that you guys are having a good week, a good end of the week, a good end of the month, wrapping up your monthly sales or whatever it is you do.
Your quotas,
when the month ends.
get your bonus, whatever it is people do in their jobs. Everything. I'm like, and for us stay-at-home moms, it's just another day.
I know. Not for me though. August is going to be a really sad month for me. I don't want to go into it because then I'll cry. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm excited for August actually.
Yeah?
Are you?
I'm really, really excited for August. Some of my favorite people's birthdays are in August. Like 2 of them are in this house.
Literally.
August is a fun time for me. I love Leos. I love Leos.
That's what
Leos love me.
Exactly. We just love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the month of August. I feel like it's back to school season and it feels like it never ends, you know? It's like I graduated 10 years ago, by the way, and I still feel like back to school season is so fun.
I'm like, don't say that.
I know.
Do you guys want to know a crazy fun fact? We're the same age. You're literally 2-3 months older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And she graduated a whole year before me. Mm-hmm. I graduated in 2017. Graduated in 2016.
That's crazy.
But we're the same age. Like, how does that work?
I think that anyone born after September goes a year behind, I think, or something like that.
But you know what's crazy? Yvette, my other Leo friend, her birthday's coming up in August too. She's a whole year younger than all of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she's the same age as us?
We went to the same grade. And
so she graduated a year after you?
No, the same year as me.
Oh.
But she's a year younger than us. Like her birthday is a few days before you, but she's a year younger than you.
Oh, wow. But she graduated with you?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I know. That's insane.
The math ain't mathin'.
It does not make sense.
Well, guys, today I come to you after court. This is my outfit I wore to court. Jonathan's like, they're going to give you another ticket for what you're wearing. I'm like, you know what? And who cares? Jorts are not illegal here.
You're like, arrest me. Take me.
I'm like, you know what? Just arrest me. Put me in handcuffs. If you guys remember. For real? You know, how long ago? It was like 2 months ago, right? I said it on the episode.
Yeah.
Literally after leaving here, I got a ticket for my tinted windows, which were not by my choice. They were by Jonathan's. And I was like, you need to pay my $90 ticket because I got a ticket, which I'm like always used to getting warnings. But I don't know, cops really are different. Mm-hmm. He was like, I can't even see through your windows. I'm like, why do you want to see me? I'm just kidding. But yeah, he got a ticket. He's like, you can pay it online, or you can go to court, or you can take your tint off and then dispute it. Like, be like, oh, well, it's off. So I did neither of those things. And then last week, I was like, you know, I'm just going to pay it online. Like, well, I really don't want to go to court. Well, I go online and I can't, like, the citation number isn't found. It just says cannot find the citation. I'm like, okay. And I tried today, literally 2 hours before I left to court. And I called and she's like, oh, I can't find it on here either. So you're just going to have to come and see what's going on. I'm like, great. So I came to court. It was at 1. I got there at 1:09. Sorry about that. And they couldn't find me on the system either. So they're like, just sit down and we'll call you up. And they called me up and she's like, oh, the cop never filed the ticket. Like, he gave it to you, but never filed it to the city. The system, yeah. So it's dismissed. I'm like, bye-bye.
Yeah, which that's a good thing, but also what a waste of your time.
I'm like, y'all, this could have been an email.
No, seriously.
Yeah. So I didn't have to pay $90 and
thank God.
Court was for nothing. And well, she did say, she's like, he has 2 years to recite it if he wants, but he would have to call you and be in contact with you. I was like, well, he better not, because
And what is the reason?
Exactly.
At that
I'm
point?
like, you had 2 months to file this.
Yeah.
She's like,
And
they
it's
had
already-
until 1 p.m. today to file it, and he never did.
Well, good for you. Proud of you.
Still, to this day, I have never gotten a ticket.
Yeah, what you thought you did,
I
but
know.
you didn't.
My
God's
record's
plan.
clean. I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
I know, but yeah, thankfully that's over with. How was your day today?
I'm like, what? I really haven't done anything besides I got ready. Well, I went to go pick up food. They were working on my backyard, which I've lived here. It'll be 2 years in October. Yes, we moved it October 25th. And it'll be 2 years this October, and we're barely starting on the backyard, which is insane. Our backyard is kind of little. Like our previous house, our backyard was amazing, gorgeous, beautiful. So we really put our whole pussy in that. We spent, a good amount of money. We really just like thought about the design. Luis and I, we put so much love and effort into the whole house, but that backyard was so iconic, and I'm so mad that we couldn't bring that backyard here.
I know.
But because of that, because we had already spent so much on the other one, we kind of just ignored this one. And because this backyard is smaller, we're like, we'll leave it. But my husband got the itch to, like, when he starts with something, he's like, I have to do it. So then he started just doing things in the backyard. And today my husband, my suegro, and my dad are here, and they're putting grass in the backyard. And these poor guys, it is so hot outside, you guys. Every time I see like my husband doing something outside, I'm like, dang, like, pobrecitos los que trabajan afuera. Like,
Literally.
Respect to you. Like, you deserve the whole world. My dad works outside. My suegro works outside sometimes too, but my husband doesn't do that type of work. Like, he does this for fun. Like, he knows how to do things outside, and he's a very handy man, but he doesn't do that for work. So he gets to be inside in the AC. So much respect to all of the husbands, the tios, the dads, all of them, because that's hard work.
I know, especially during this weather. But I cannot imagine like the people that live in Arizona.
Vegas.
I think that there's something in Arizona where construction workers work at night.
I heard something like that, right?
Isn't that crazy?
And even then, it's still too hot. Like, it just means the sun's
Exactly.
not hitting you, but it's still hot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully it's done soon. My husband had told me the other day, because he's been spending all of his days off doing this, which sucks. Like, it sucks so bad. He literally gets 1 day off a week, like a weekday, not the whole week. He gets 2 days off, but he gets 1 day off during the weekday, and he's just been spending it doing the backyard, which me and Penny are like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where was I going with this? Oh, so that's what they've been doing. So Blanca got here, and there's a whole party of señores sucios, mugrosos. Just kidding.
It's looking so good though.
I
love
know.
it.
It's feeling way homier. Like, it's so ugly to look outside and see like dirt and weeds. So it's way better. And maybe me and Penny will start doing more activities outside, because there's a park really close to us, but I'm like, you have to walk over there. I'm like, if you could just go to your backyard and like
Exactly. Just let her water
be.
out there.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. And what else? Oh, I went to go pick up some cocos.
You guys know we cannot go a day without this. And I
No.
unfortunately have to live without it every week.
You get it once a week, or sometimes if you come on a
If
date.
I'm lucky,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, they just opened one super, super close to me, and I'm like,
That's the best thing that could happen to us,
Yeah.
honestly.
literally,
Wow.
it's a game changer.
It is.
That's how I feel about Seven Brew, though. They haven't started building the one in Greeley. Do you know they started building the one in Loveland?
Oh my goodness. Why?
I'm like, they announced the one in Greeley first. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Unbelievable. 7 Brew.
Literally, please.
Contact their team.
I know. Like,
Hey, by the way, when are you starting in Greeley?
what is the? I'm gonna write a letter, like in White Chicks.
Exactly.
Dear Mr. Seven Brew. Or
Where
Mrs.
the heck you at? Because this was supposed to be done last year.
Literally, my sugar intake, I can't handle it.
Exactly. It's the craving is too much. Sometimes
No.
you just need a little 7 Brew in your life. you know?
Exactly.
This podcast is sponsored by Veracity.
Everyone we know is talking GLP-1s, and honestly, we were this close to trying them.
But this summer, our goal is to lose the weight and keep it off. Veracity is helping us do just that.
We used to think about food constantly, and it's not our fault because these days, unhealthy food is everywhere.
We tried fad diets, detox teas, miracle gummies, and it really started to feel like we were doing science experiments on ourselves.
If your goal is weight loss, you need to try Metabolism Ignite, the #1 doctor-recommended GLP booster and GLP-1 alternative.
Metabolism Ignite has sold out 10 times for a reason. It has no side effects, no allergens, and is a natural, safe, plant-based aid that reduces hunger by 85%.
It's clinically proven to help you lose 9 pounds in 90 days on average and support your body's need to live your healthiest life.
Veracity is a unique blend of lemon verbena and hibiscus extracts, green coffee bean extract, and magnesium.
Veracity is safe to take along with GLP-1 medications to aid in boosting your metabolism and appetite control with no negative side effects.
Veracity is the only natural option we've found, and we love it. It gives women natural options for improving their health, which is a big relief.
And with just 2 capsules every morning, sticking with Metabolism Ignite couldn't be easier.
So before Metabolism Ignite sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way.
Head to veracityhealth.co and use code SPILLTHEBEANS for up to 65% off your order.
Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. And make sure you use our promo code SPILLTHEBEANS so they know we sent you. But yeah, guys, today we're talking about a topic that is very near and dear to our hearts, not by choice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We didn't choose this life.
You chose us.
We got a comment 2 podcasts ago saying if we could talk about like sister dynamics because we're both older sisters. And we're like, yeah, let's go ahead and cry on the podcast. Why not?
Literally, you're so smart about like not wearing a lot of makeup today because this one's a
It's
toughie.
gonna be like the last one. We're like,
lip quiver.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
No, yeah, this is a very sensitive topic, and you know what's gonna be so crazy? Like we're both eldest sisters, and our lives are still so different in so many ways.
Exactly.
But also we can relate in so many ways.
Exactly. I feel like we're so similar but so different at the same time.
Right.
But I feel like you're the only older sister, and I have an older brother. You know,
That's true.
so it's like the trauma is a little different.
Yeah.
Todavía hay trauma, pero. Let's see.
A ver, ¿qué dice el público?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few questions first. What's your favorite color? Just kidding. Okay.
Blue.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
I have 2.
Okay.
I am the eldest, obviously, and then my brother's 3 years younger than me. My sister's 3 years younger than him, so I'm 6 years older than my younger sister.
Nice. Who do you think was the troublemaker growing up? Okay. Who do you think got away with everything?
I don't really know. I feel like we all, I don't know. Maybe me, I guess.
You think so?
Maybe as a kid, my brother was like más vago. So maybe he would just get away with things.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I feel like boys also don't have enough rules.
Thank
I feel
you.
like women, the girls in the family are always the ones with all the rules. And then it's like, pues es tu hermano, es hombre. No pasa nada.
Tell me why my brother was climbing the roof when he was younger.
Oh,
like
dang.
literally one time my parents were looking for him and he was on the roof.
Oh, period.
He's a very active kid.
And do you think your parents had a favorite?
Me. I'm just kidding. No, I don't
No?
think so at all. No, they never treated us that way.
Yeah. I have 3 siblings, an older brother and 2 little sisters. And I'm I would say like middle child for sure, because it was like an older brother and then 2 baby sisters that are only a year apart. So it was definitely not only eldest daughter syndrome, middle child syndrome.
Right.
And the troublemaker who was, I feel like my brother for sure was a troublemaker. He was very, I would say, I don't know, gullible. Like gullible. I feel like los sonsacaban mucho, you know? So it'd be like, dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres. So he would get in trouble because of the group of people he used to hang out with.
Okay.
All the time. Who got away with everything? I would say my little sisters, of course. Not I. And I don't think my mom had a favorite, but it felt like my dad, I don't know. I feel like everyone got different parents for sure, but I think that his favorite was my my oldest little sister, Jimena, because she was like the first baby of the family, kind of, you know?
What do you mean?
After me, my mom hadn't been pregnant, so I was 12 years older than her. She was like a baby, so I remember he was so excited about her.
Oh, okay.
And then Magali came. sorry, baby girl. But to this day, we still say like Jimena has a special place in my dad's heart.
Oh,
because it was like his little baby girl, you know. And I feel like I was already old, so I'd be out doing stuff.
Already old.
I was like, I was 12. I was doing extracurricular activities, so I was never home.
Do you feel like your mom has a
favorite? I don't necessarily think she has a favorite, but I do feel like parents gravitate more towards the person that needs the most help.
I would say,
you know, like when they see, if you put a group of siblings, whoever has like their life together is the one that gets the least attention.
Yeah.
You know, not saying naming names, pointing fingers. Yeah, I feel like she didn't have a favorite, but definitely I feel like my brother has needed her more. Mm-hmm. But my dad was, Jimena. We always say that. I'm like, you're my dad's favorite, whatever. And we'll always be like, well, you tell him. Yeah. Because he'll listen to you.
Yeah.
I know.
Así va la cosa.
You guys you're hearing some trauma already. And this is the start of
and
the
this
episode.
Is, yeah. I do want to give some context too, because I am the oldest cousin, and me and my siblings and my cousins, we were all raised like siblings basically. So I have I have 3 other cousins on my mom's side. And we're all very, very close in age. Like I'm 27 and my youngest cousin just turned 19. So we're very, very close in age, and we all like the same activities. Like we literally all go to the baile together.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are super close.
We are really close. We were literally raised like all like siblings. So I have one girl cousin. Her name is Manny. She's an only child, but I always say she's like my little sister. Like
she feels like that when she's like over. It feels like you guys are all just siblings.
Yeah, she's like basically my little sister. And then my cousins Eric and Junior, they're siblings, and they grew up with my grandma and grandpa, so we were always over there. Like we just all grew up very, very close knit. So I always say like we're all like siblings, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I love that.
Do you have like, is there something in your mind that is like ingrained and you're like, this is why I have trauma?
No, I just feel like it's harder to be the older sibling, especially when you're a daughter, because you like your parents are kind of experimenting with you. So I'm like, I would just always feel bad with Penny, because I'm like, like I didn't know any better, you know. But with my parents, I feel like my siblings didn't get the same parents. You talked about this, and I think it's because like I feel like I was like I was gonna say beat. I got beat the most. No, I didn't get beat, but I was like hit the most. And also like yo soy bien rezongona, bien contestona, so I would literally get smacked in the face all the time. And my brother and my sister didn't, like not as much. I feel like my brother, because he's a boy, like I don't know what it is. My mom and my dad, they always say, es que no lo tratamos diferente. I'm like, yes, you do. You can say that. You can verbally say that, but you do treat him different. Like it doesn't matter what you say. I know you're trying to be woke or be, you know, what's it called? They like both of my parents are very, I would say like not machistas at all. So it's not in that way, but it's still like unconscious. Like they still treat him different. They still treat him like kind of walking on eggshells. They still treat him like a princess, actually.
He gets princess treatment.
He gets princess treatment.
Y ustedes son las hermanastras de Cinderella.
Yes. And then my sister, oh my gosh, como dices tú, like my sister needed the most attention. Growing up, she was like that. I don't know if your mom has a needs a medical assistant at all times, like a child like that, but that's my sister. Like she was always at school. She was always hurt. She always had something going on. My poor sister from a young age started getting panic attacks really young, so she'd have to be taken to the ER. Like she's always had so many medical issues, like physically, mentally, all the things. So excuse me, I feel like my sister has a way closer bond to my mom and my dad. She also did, like, she's still living with them. Both my brother and my sister are living with my parents. So I feel like my mom has a way closer bond with my parents than I do. And she's also so different. Like her personality is so different than mine. Like I feel like I'm like kind of like, como se dice, like I have a tough exterior. I'm not very emotional. And my sister's so the opposite. She needs to be holding your hand. She's so emotional. She's so like, I don't know. And then my brother, he's like me, but times 2. Like it's so hard to get feelings out of him. It's so hard. Like right now he's single, and we ask him about like his dating life and stuff, and it makes him so uncomfortable. He just like laughs. Like he doesn't want to tell us. He also doesn't want us to know. But what was the question?
If there's something you remember being like, this is why I have trauma, like I had to do this, because you know how older sisters usually have to babysit, or have to basically parent their siblings.
Yeah, nothing specific. I feel like my parents did their best, and they did a really good job of not putting that burden on me, because they understand that like they're the parents. One summer though, my dad had to go work 2 hours away, like in Parker. And we were just actually talking about this. My dad has had his own business. He does gutters, Ruiz Gutters, if anybody's interested in getting their gutters done. But he's been a one-man show for over 15 years, and he's been doing the gutters by himself. A veces tiene chalán, a veces no. And so that summer, I remember, gracias a Dios, he had so much work. He had a lot of work, but nobody to help him. So my mom was like, okay, I'm going to have to go help you. So my mom, they would drive 2 hours away, go to Parker, go do the gutters, and then come back. That was the summer that I was 13. So I had to take care of my siblings that whole summer, and it was hard. It was for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and it was so hard. And I remember my mom, like, she was so stressed out. She would call me like in the morning, she'd call me during the day, and she'd be like, okay, like, vas a hacer esto. Either she'd try to leave food. Most of the time she'd try to leave us like food so we wouldn't have to make food. I remember one time she like called me and she was like explaining to me, trying to make like, what was it? Like carne molida or something, like super easy, like la carne molida. And she's like, just make sure it's thawed, this and that. She was trying to teach me. I'm like, I've never been one to cook. Just kidding. And what else? In that summer, it was like, no la pasamos viendo la tele, basically. We would go outside sometimes, but like, it was really rough. And I was telling Blanca, my sister's here earlier, and I was telling her, like, I was really, obviously, like, I had a lot of trauma in myself. And so the way that I would treat my little sister was horrible. I would literally like beat her up because, like I said, she's always been like, como se dice, like medically, what is the word that I'm looking for? I don't know. She's
like
always,
needy?
Yeah, like, and she also my sister also has a lot of trauma, and I feel like because of me now she has way more trauma, because I literally would sit there, like, she would scream at me and I'd sit there and like close her mouth and be like, just shut up. And like we'd sit there and like fight, and she'd like start kicking me and I'd start hitting her, and like it was so bad. And to this day, that's really the only like quote unquote physical fights we've gotten in, but that doesn't count. Like, I was older and she was like 7 or 8 years old. So it was just basically me like hitting her and her defending herself. But that was really, really tough on me, because I remember that like I was kind of, you know, that's kind of the puberty age. 13 is a really hard age as it is. And I feel like it really like shifted my mentality and thinking like, am I a good person? Like, why am I hitting my sister like this? But in that time, like, I didn't understand that I was treating her like that because she, like, that's the way I was being treated, you know? Like, I couldn't do the work or whatever. I didn't know what was going on. So I did have a lot of, I guess, an identity, not crisis, but like an identity, what's the word? Like confusion maybe, because I would be so mean to her, and I would be like, just so mean to her, and I'd be like, dang, like, you're a piece of shit person. I remember like, I was like 13 and I was thinking like, why do you do that to her? So I feel like that kind of, it all ties in with each other. Like, that really shaped and traumatized me into now, like, I'm very like careful and scared, and, you know, and I feel like also this is about eldest sister trauma, but I feel like little sisters are like punching bags, you know? My little sister is my everything, like my assistant and everything. And I know like Magali now, she's your assistant, like your real life assistant, but like my little sister's the only person who can, I don't know how to explain it, like understand me kind of. Like, I mean,
like,
I know
she knows who you are through and through.
Yeah. And the good and the bad. Like, I know she knows I'm an amazing person, but she also knows like she knows like, this is kind of crazy to say, like, but I feel like she knows like what I'm capable of even more than I am, you know? So I'm like, anyway, I feel like, yeah, being an eldest sister is hard, but being a little sister is hard too. Like, I always feel for my sister, because she's everything for me, especially now after my niece. After having her niece, I feel like she was already like my everything, but after having her niece, like, she's everything and more. Like, I remember the day of my wedding, I was not stressed. She was stressed, because she was the one who was steaming my dress. She was the one who was running around doing this and that. Gadi, can you do this? Gadi, can you do that? I'm like, my sister is literally, she's my everything. I would never say that to her, but just
like, but I'm saying it right now, so clip it and send it to her.
Literally, no, yeah, she really is my everything. And I don't know how I think about that. I'm like, how can I not give my daughter a sister? But I can't pick that.
You're like, that's not up to me. But that's a bridge we'll cross another time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's really hard. I think that it's, I don't know. I would say it's different because you guys are a lot closer in age than I am with my little sister. So for me, it was like they were my babies, you know?
Yeah. And there we also have a brother in between us. So like we're all kind of close together.
Yeah,
and for you it's like
for me it was literally 12 years old, like you're gonna be a big sister. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I loved kids. Like I've always loved kids growing up. And I remember like the only thing I remember really thinking was how annoying it was to have to wake up early with them on Saturday and Sunday because my mom used to work, and it was like you have to get up and then you have to feed them and then you have to, you know, I actually don't remember what we used to do. I probably just put a movie for them or something. But it wasn't that bad because my dad used to sleep in on Saturday and Sunday because he worked all week. So for me it was like I had the early shift. So like when my mom would get home from work, I'm like, peace out, I'm leaving, you know? And I just remember that, like, that was really annoying. And I remember one time, allegedly, how old was I? I think I was like 16. And I knew how to drive, but it wasn't, I didn't have a permit, I didn't have anything, but I knew how to drive. And I wanted to get mac and cheese to make my little sisters. So I'm like, what else could you possibly make them? You already fed them eggs in the morning. And I was like, just get in the car, like we're gonna go get mac and cheese to Safeway, allegedly. And yeah, no one was home, like with no permission. I got in the car because my dad usually used to work Saturdays too. It was like uno si uno no. And so nobody was home. My brother used to work too, so I was like, it was just me and the two girls. And I think I was a junior in high school, but I was still like a scaredy cat because I'm like, what's gonna happen really? But pues no tenía tanto miedo because I andaba. And I remember it, like the reason I thought it was so easy because I was going through back roads basically, and it was really close, and I knew the way like with my eyes closed. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna make it. Well, that day I'm like driving down one of the main roads and there's construction. So I did run over a few cones, not gonna lie.
No way.
And yeah, it was just, that's what I remember. Like, it was taking them on adventures and being like, no, well, who cares? Like, you guys have to come in, whatever. And my sisters are like introverts for sure. And more so Magali. And when you say like, did your mom have one that she struggled with? And it was Magali, my baby sister. She had stomach aches all the time. And that's when they diagnosed her with anxiety. They're like, it's not that le duele la panza. It's that she has anxiety and she can't control it.
Why is it always a little sisters?
I know, it's always the babies. And so she always had that, like, she never wanted to go out to eat. She never wanted to do anything. She just wanted to be home, like in her safe space, basically. And I remember that's the thing that we struggled with the most because I've been outside my whole life. Like I don't like to be home. So I would take her like out to eat and stuff and she would sob the whole time because she was so scared of being out and like eating. And so she had like a very special diet of only things that she knew wouldn't hurt her stomach. But it wasn't like the food hurting her stomach. It was like her anxiety.
Her comfort food though.
Yeah.
And
I didn't understand that growing up at all. I was just living my best life.
Because that wasn't our responsibility.
Exactly. I was just a teenager. And so I remember, like, I don't think I feel like I even was an older sister to my brother too, because he was always getting in trouble, you know? So it was always me figuring out, like, who are your friends? Let me call your friends, looking at his contacts. And I knew all his best friends. I had their phone numbers. I had to call them, like, hey, what happened? Hey, where is he? Hey, you know?
That's insane.
And on top of that is translating for my parents, you know, not only like paperwork, like bills and stuff, but all the time my brother, like, oh, where is he? Oh, ma dice que está, you know? And I think that started my trauma. And I never knew that it was older sister trauma because I'm like, I have an older brother, but he took like a parent role for sure. He had to take care of me when my parents used to work, but it wasn't like much. It was just like, you have to make sure she doesn't like leave the house or something,
doesn't die, basically.
Yeah, because I was little. And he would cook me breakfast and stuff. But
how much older is he? I'm sorry.
He's
than you?
6 years.
Oh my god, 6 years? Why did I think like 3?
No, 6. He's 33. He'll be 34 this year. But I remember that being trauma, like having to figure out so many things for him, but still, like, he was a really good brother growing up. Like, I remember being like, no, he's my dad. He taught me how to ride a bike. Aww. He would play with me. He would, like, it was so funny because he would sneak out at night and he'd be like, but I'll bring you chips from 7-Eleven. I'm like, period. So, you know, it was like, we had a really good relationship. Aww. And we used to share a room. So my brother and I, like, growing up, honestly, like, I don't have anything bad to say about him. He was a good brother. Yeah. And it's like, he didn't have to be that for me, you know, like, he could be just out doing whatever. But he did have to take care of me on the weekends. So then, yeah, when my sisters came along, I feel like that's when I was like, it was like seeing how different my parents were with them, but more so my dad. And still being like, oh, not only do I have to take care of these 2 little girls, and then I have to translate for my parents, and then I have to do this. And then when I learned how to drive, like I had to take my mom everywhere and then my sisters everywhere. And it was just like, I wouldn't say it was a burden, but it was a lot of responsibility for sure. That now I realize, but in the moment I was like, this is normal. Like this is just what you do. And I think that that's how we all grew up in our family, is just helping and going out of your way for other people was the norm. And now I'm like, oh my God, no, like it is so rare for other families to do that. Because I talk to like you or my other friends, they're like, no, like I don't really see my mom every day, or I don't do this, or I'm like, damn, like that's crazy, you know. So I think it was until I went to therapy where she was like, but you didn't have to do that. And I'm like I know. I'm like, now I know, you know.
Yeah. Every time you tell me these things, and then when I first met you, like everything was just kind of like a culture shock to me, because I'm not used to that. Like my parents kind of have this mentality of like it's always been them, and gracias a Dios, like obviously my parents and your parents are in very different situations, like even just in the fact that like the way my parents were raised, like my mom and your mom were raised completely different. So I always think about that too, but I'm like my parents have always been like this mentality, like it's always them two and they're gonna figure it out. Like they don't bring their kids into it, they don't bring anybody else into it, like not even like I don't ever remember asking. This is why we were never babysat, because it was always like my parents figured it out. And it was like if my mom had to do something, well, we were with my dad, you know, or my dad always, I remember even sometimes like my dad would take us out, like he'd take us out to like a baseball game, and my mom would be like, I just want to stay home. Like I just want some time for myself, because that was the only time she'd have for herself, you know? So it's so crazy how that role plays like our parents' upbringing, and then it obviously like just trickles down into the rest of the generations. Yeah,
I definitely feel for my mom. I think she's the oldest daughter. And
oh my gosh.
I think it's so crazy.
Wait, so is my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think it's so crazy how it was the norm for her to like, she's like, I had to wash all of my brother's clothes. Like, God. And that's like hand washing and drying.
Yep.
And she's like, I had the kitchen cleaned, the house cleaned, dinner cooked. Like she did everything at home to help my grandma. She's like, but I loved it because I was helping my mom, and like she wasn't struggling. But it was because my grandma kept having kids, so she was always with the baby, you know. And then she's like, I would love to do my little sister's hair and then shower them, and like she took the parent role so early on, and that was her norm. And that's how she grew up. Like family helps family. Yesy. And then it's now that I tell her, I'm like, Mom, but you didn't have to do that, Mom. Like you did not have to do all of your siblings' laundry. That was your mom's job. You didn't have to take care of your little sisters. That was your mom's job. And it's funny because she's like, yeah, like my older brothers, they had to go out like at 5 a.m. Mind you, they're the kids, right? They had to go out at 5 a.m. with my dad to cut leña to bring it home. And she's like, I thought that was beautiful. And like if you ask my uncles, they'll be like, I fucking hate waking up at 5 a.m. to go cut leña. Like it was so fucking annoying. Yeah. And my mom was like, but I thought that was so cool. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, because you like everyone had different experiences. Like she was like, wow, they were helping my dad. And for them, like, girl, like I'm trying to sleep. Like, why are you waking me up at the ass crack of dawn to go cut leña, you know? So I think that now that I'm older is when I tell my mom, like, your family dynamic, although you feel like it was so helpful and like close and whatever, it was not.
It was survival.
Normal. It was basically survival, where you had to take on the role of a mother for all your siblings. Like that's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like now I feel like it's me parenting, like gentle parenting her, because not being like that was wrong. It was like, well, Mom, that wasn't normal. Like that's not usually what should happen in family dynamics. And I think that's what I've learned now. It's like you really like you don't have to do that for your family. It doesn't matter. And I think that it's something I also realized with my little sisters, because we were talking about like our biggest fights, right? And you're like, oh, we would just kind of fist fight, you know, as little girls. And since I'm so much older than my sisters, I feel like I did take that parent role with them. So it wasn't good at all. I remember when they were in middle school, it's probably the worst years of our life because they were freaking rebels, right? And I remember taking that parent role, being like, well, Mom, you have to do this and you should tell them this. And yo las regañaba. And I remember Jonathan did the same for his brothers. So we would come home and be like, ay, estos niños, like, blah, blah, blah.
No kids, and be like,
exactly. And then we'd look at each other like, why the frick are we doing that? Like, who cares? Let your parents handle it, you know? And we had to have a really big talk being like, you need to like deparent yourself. Like, you do not need any of those burdens. You don't need to figure it out for them. You don't need to do any of that. And for me, it was so freaking hard because I'm like, those are my babies, you know? But it's like, no, they're your sisters. And I think that a sister relationship is so much more beautiful than a mom and daughter when you're not the mom,
right?
You know? And I think that that's something that was really hard for me to do for my sisters. But when I did it, I was like, oh, shoot, like, I really don't know anything about their problems anymore. Like, it's just
good
us being sisters and ha ha he he.
Yeah.
And now they trust me more than they did when I had the parent role, you know?
Yeah, it's really hard. And I feel like a lot of times, like, obviously we're not putting blame on anyone. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, and it's just life. But it's not healthy for the older sisters to have to take care of the younger kids. And I feel like it was like that, like, por ejemplo, in Mexico, like, they keep having kids to take care of whatever, you know, whatever they have. But I'm like, why do you keep having kids if you can't take care of them? And I know it's easily said, like, we can just say that, but I'm like, it's just hard because it puts the burden on the older siblings.
And back then, parents didn't know anything about that.
Right.
I know they weren't doing it to harm the daughters. It was just so subconscious that you don't know that that's trauma. Like, that is the trauma that you instilled in them. And I know it wasn't intentional, but it's really deep. And I think, like you said, it gets handed down until someone, our generation, I would say, finally stands up and like, hey, what the heck? Like, no, this is not what's gonna happen. And we get to change that for our kids, for sure.
Right now, when you said that your mom is the older sibling, I was thinking about that, the oldest sister, and I'm like, wait, my mom's the older sister, my grandma's the oldest sister. And I feel like that's what I really do believe in generational trauma and generational baggage. I'm like, sometimes I feel this like crazy, like, I don't know how to explain it, like baggage, like weight. And I'm like, I really do think it's that. And it's so sad because, like, my grandma was the oldest sister to 12 or 11 kids, you know? So that's, again, she had it really hard. My mom only has 2 younger sisters. But again, she was an older sister and she had to go through all of the hard things. My mom got brought to the United States when she was 17. Like, imagine, she's almost done with school. Like, she went to school to, I'm gonna have to ask her exactly what it is, but like, to be a secretary. So she was like, yes, estaba en su carrera, about to be, and then she gets brought over here, and she can't go to high school because she couldn't get her GED. She couldn't get her GED because she was too young. She couldn't go to high school because she was already 17. Like, they wouldn't admit her. Bruh. So she just had to start working. And meanwhile, my 2 younger sisters, one of them was, I think she was in 3rd grade, and the other one was able to finish high school. So even in that way, like, they were able to have opportunities. Like, the middle sister was able to work because she had a work permit because of that. My mom never had any of that. My younger, she was able to get her papers. She was able to have a residency this entire time. So they lived completely different lives than my mom did. Where was I going to go with this? Oh, and even just talking about, like, sometimes I think about this and I'm like, the relationship I have with my mom, first of all, has evolved ever since I had Penny. But I'm like, my mom with my grandma, they don't have an amazing relationship. And it's crazy because growing up, I thought, like, we were all so close. But I'm like, now that I see it, like, we're close because we're, like, not emotionally close, but like, we're close, like, we're there for each other. But like, my mom and my grandma, they can't have a conversation about something without fighting. Like, they're always just fighting. And then I think about it and I'm like, thank God I don't have that relationship with my mom. And it's getting better, you know. I know my mom tried her hardest with me, and that's why I try so hard with Penny, because I'm like, every single generation, you know, it has to get better. But I think about this and I'm like, wow, like, my mom really did have it hard as the oldest sister. Like, she really, really had it way different than my tias did, you know?
Absolutely. And that's what I was thinking about too right now, is that even though that, I wouldn't say burden, I'd say responsibility was put on her, it was never like my grandma was absent. So my mom and my grandma have amazing relationship. They're just like, I don't know, the way I describe it is like, older generations like that are trauma bonded.
I was gonna say,
you know, because they've been through so much together. So I think that was the relationship I had with my mom too. It's that she instilled so much, like, this is like, we just help each other out. That's just what it is. But on top of that, being grateful for him, and like, she was my best friend. Like, she's been my best friend growing up, and to this day, it's like, oh, like, no one really loves you like your mom loves you, you know, like that is irreplaceable. But I remember that all of that, being the oldest daughter, and I would say kind of striving for more and like wanting more for myself. Not only did that create a lot of trauma, but also like a lot of guilt. And I remember because like, to be honest, I never thought I would be what I am, you know, like I don't know, like ever since I remember, I never dreamt like or prayed like, God, just make me rich or make me have money or financially stable. Never. I remember always telling God, like, just let me help out my mom. Like whatever it is, I just want to help out with the bill. I just want to help out with my sister's school supplies. Like whatever it is, like, please just let me. So when I got my like medical assisting job, I was like, oh girl, like so, you know, it was a really good job. So when I got YouTube, I feel like I've always been so grateful for it. So when it comes to me, I'm like, oh, was this like actual real life? And I feel like ever since, like I everything I make is not mine, it's my family's. Like I will help you, I will do this, I will do that. And I remember even like traveling, like getting on an airplane and going to visit my friends in California. I felt so much guilt, like on my way to the airport, like this big pressure on my chest, like why me? Like why can I do it? But my parents couldn't do it. My brother couldn't do it, you know? And I think that when I talk to my therapist, I'm like, that's the one thing I can't let go of, or I can't get rid of. Mm-hmm. I can't get rid of the guilt, you know? I'm like, so now I have trauma and guilt. What do I do with those?
Yeah.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
That's really hard to work through, because I think it's with that guilt, it just comes like it's side by side with the amount of love and respect you have for your family. Mm-hmm. It's just like you can't fathom the idea of like you being here and the rest of your family not being right there with you. Mm-hmm. When I met you, I just always have thought like that is just so different, because I didn't grow up like that. The pressures I had as an older sister were way different, and thank God I never even had to like translate for my parents.
Wow, that's amazing.
They both can kind of speak English, but they understand it very well. But like I said, they have very different upbringings than, you know, your parents. So thanks to that, I also had a different upbringing. Yeah, whenever you would tell me that, I'm like, I can't imagine what it's like to like not be able to enjoy my what's the word? I guess success, like my success without feeling guilt. Like I don't know what that's like, and I'm very grateful for that. But also I feel like in my situation, my parents have always like taught me how to do things kind of in a way, you know? Mm-hmm. And in your situation, it's like you have to do things and teach your parents how to do things.
Exactly.
And that's a really, really, really heavy thing to carry. Like,
exactly.
That's so hard. And I say it because my husband, I guess we can bring my husband into this. This is about sisterhood and like eldest daughter syndrome. But my husband, he's the oldest out of two. He has a younger brother who's 8 years younger than him. But my brother
your brother-in-law,
my husband is basically like he was treated like an eldest daughter. Like he kind of carries that burden.
He had
like
to figure it out.
So that's why like when I see you, I totally like, I understand you in the way I will never understand what you or my husband have to go through, but I see it firsthand, like with my husband. I'm like, I can never understand that. I can never understand what it's like to parent your parents or to have to figure shit out for your family. Like to me, it used to drive me nuts. Now I've kind of like sat with it and I'm like, what's gonna, like, I gain nothing out of getting angry or getting upset or whatever out of this, but like whenever my suegros or my husband's family would call and be like, for something so simple about a document or something, and they would always like for everything they would call Luis, and I'm like, well, why can't they just figure it out? And I'm like, well, that's because Luis always figures it out for them, you know? And that's how you are. Like you figure it out. You are the figure outer.
Yeah, and I think thankfully growing up, I never felt like, oh, I don't want to do this shit. It was always like, yeah, like I'll figure it out. And I don't know, I think that's what helped me cope with everything, because it was never like, oh my God, I have this burden on top of me. It was like, oh my God, like I'm helping my family and I love this, you know? And I feel like there's a lot of people that don't grow up that way, that are like, I hate doing this. I don't want all this responsibility. I don't want this burden. I don't want to have to feel like I need to help my family. Like I need to figure it out. And for me, it was always figuring it out for them, because I'm like, not only do I want to live a good life, I want my family to live a good life. So I remember being the one that had to figure out how to rent a house, how to rent, like how to buy a car, how to get insurance for all of us. I remember like how to enroll my sisters into a private school because they didn't like they were not doing good at a public school, and there was so many things. And thankfully, like my mom never made me feel like you have to figure it out. It was me being like, no, I can help my mom, so I'm gonna help my mom. And even though like I feel like my mom was very like resourceful, like she would use all the resources. Like if she went to Salud and they're like, you need to do this and this and this to apply for Medicaid for the girls, she did it. Like it wasn't like, well, you do it. It was always well, I can't understand this, so can you figure it out? And I would be like, yeah, of course. But I think that I'm also really grateful for that, because now everything that I get, I'm like, I always pour it back into my family, you know? And I think that it's always the emotional security that my mom gave me too. It was like, I know my mom is there for me no matter what. And growing up, my sisters, of course, had a way different childhood than I did because they had me, obviously. But it's still like, they're always there for me. Like if I'm like, Jimena, can you go do this? And yeah, what time? What time do you need it? And I'm like, oh, period. And now that she drives, I'm like, period, queen. And my sister Magali también. Like she's like, whenever you need me for the kids, whatever you need, like I'm here. And so si se me atora un pedo, I'll literally be like, Jimena, Magali, and they're there. You know? So I'm like, all of that, everything I poured into them is like, no, ¿cómo se dice? What's that thing?
Like reciprocated?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm receiving... Like all the seeds I planted in them,
we're getting there. We're
getting
there.
all the flowers now, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really nice that I don't feel like, oh, they're doing it just the conveniencia or whatever. It's like I poured so much love and like comfort into them, even though I did también la regañaba.
Yeah.
They feel safe with me, you know, and they love me so much that they'll do whatever it is for me too. So I'm like, as much as it's trauma and guilt and burdens and responsibilities that no child has to go through, it's like, no, it's nothing that I couldn't handle. And now I'm like, oh my God, like this is why they say like I'm so close to my sister and I love my sister. And my little sisters literally for Father's Day sent me a TikTok and they're like, happy Father's Day, like you're literally our father.
Yeah, I saw that.
Please.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I think it's really hard to be like, I have to heal so much from this, because like I'm seeing all the good that came out of it too, you know?
Because of that, also tying into that, because you were basically an adult as a child, that's why you know so much. Like you guys have no idea how much she has helped, not just me, like clearly she brought me into this podcast, but I see the way she helps all of our friends, all of our influencer friends. Once she figures something out, she literally will send it and show every single one of us, you need to do this, you need to get on this. It's because of that, because you're so movida, like you had to do it.
Exactly.
But because of that, that's why you're so successful in so many ways. And that's why you...
Not me crying. Like, that's why I didn't put makeup on today.
No, it's so serious. Like when I tell you guys, like, I'm like, now I want to cry. This isn't even about, this is about our sisterhood.
I'm like, isn't that about both of our traumas? Now we're crying.
I know. No, but this is like, you guys have no idea behind the scenes. Like I've seen this person. I've seen Blanca like so selfishly just help so many other people. And it's because it's just who you are. And because you were raised like that. Yeah. Like, yes, you help your family and you're like that, but like, you're so selfless in the way that like you want everybody around you to succeed and have the same things as you do, and like not have to struggle the way you did. You're like, I'll struggle and I'll figure it out, and let me tell you how I did it.
Exactly. And now we all benefit from it, and that's how it was with everything. Like growing up, I had to figure it out for my family, but even in this space, like you know how it is. Yes. People don't be telling you like, oh, you have to do this and this to make this much money. Yeah. And I remember as soon as I figured out anything like monetization on any platform, I'm sending it to everyone. I'm like, tell me, do you want to do it? Okay, this is step by step.
No, literally.
Links, applications, contact numbers, everything. And I'm like, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Because I'm like, what is that going to take away from me? Nothing.
No, and I've witnessed this. I know she does it with everybody, but I've witnessed this so many times where I see you doing it and I'm like, you're just an angel. Like I've literally seen it happen, and I'm like, and you ask for nothing in return. You just tell these people like, are you doing this already? Let me show you how to do it. You're like, let me just do it for you. Like,
exactly. And I think that it's that, I feel like because I know that todo se regresa, you know? And like with my sisters, I'm like, the love that they have for me is enough. Like I don't need anything else. Like just knowing that my sisters are my sisters, that's all I need, you know? And that's like with my friends too. Like all I need is your friendship. Yeah. Just be my friend, please.
Don't ask for much. I know.
Don't ask for much. Just stop being my friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think that, that's what I'm saying. Like no matter how good or how bad something can be, you always deal with the repercussions later. And there's so many women, I would say, that have to heal so much from it. And that's the one thing that I had to heal through, or had to heal from in therapy, is you literally have to choose the family that you created, like the man you chose and the kids that you have. Because yeah, like helping your family is good, pero hasta cuando, you know? And sometimes you do have to prioritize your family, which is something that was like, no, for me, it's like everyone is together. And it's like, no, it's you and your family and then your other family. And you guys can come together, but you don't have to prioritize them because they're adults and they're parents and they have to figure it out. Yeah. And I remember telling my therapist, like, I don't like that. She's like, yeah, because you're not used to it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm not used to it. But I feel like being your friend has helped me so tremendously, because when I come to you with like everything I'm going through, you're like, you don't have to feel like that.
I know.
Why do you feel like that? And then I'll tell Noemi, like, spill my heart. And she's like, dude, like, you're a good person. Not just because you don't do something doesn't mean that you're not. Like, if anything, you're going above and beyond for people, you know? I'm like, I love it here.
I know. Sometimes you just need another perspective.
Yeah,
you know?
you need someone that, I don't know, like, I think it's so different with you because I feel like we live different lives, but we're so similar. So I'm like, no, like, this is okay, because I was so used to just carrying everything by myself, and like hearing your perspective on things, I'm like, okay, like, this makes sense. And this is normal. Like, my way isn't normal. This is normal, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, who fucking knows what normal is, but
true.
I am really like I said, my parents also instilled in me that kind of like you're saying right now, like, for me, it's always been Luis and me. Like, once Luis and I got married, it was just Luis and me. It was Luis and me, and then my family. Like, there's I still prioritize them, but it was always my husband first. And so now that with Penny, I'm like, okay, Luis, me and Penny, and then my family around me. And that's just kind of how my parents, like, I don't know how they did that, but that's just because they were like that.
Examples.
You know? They were always examples in that way. So to me, it's easy to be like, why? Like, it's just, I just have to put myself in your shoes. We've talked about this. Like, I just a lot of times have to like think about like how you think about things, not how I'm thinking about things. So when I tell you something, I'm like, well, yeah, because to me, a mí se me hace así, like, yeah, why not? And to you, you're like, I never thought about it that way.
Exactly. And my mom's family lived on the other street. Like, it was like they lived on two separate streets, but you literally just had to like walk. And it was my parents or my dad's family. So it was literally like that. Like, they were all living. Like, mom's like, in the morning, I would be at my suegra's house, and then I'd be like, oh, pues vengo, voy a comer con mi mamá, and she would go with my mom. So it was like everyone was involved with every single thing. Yeah. And I think that growing up for me, it was like that. Like, my problems, everybody knew my problems. My mom's problems, everybody knew. Like, it was a shared space. Yeah, it was a community. A space. Exactly. It was like a community of people. And growing up, I saw that as normal. But then now that I have my kids, I'm like, that is not normal. Like, I pray that I instill that so hard in ourselves that it's like their problems are just gonna stay here in our bubble. Nobody else needs to know about them. Yeah. And the same thing with like marriages and everything. I'm like, nobody needs to know. Like, nobody needs to know. Yeah. But it's something that you have to grow out of. And there's like, sometimes it's like, I don't want to grow out of it. It's too much. And that's why I always think about like therapy is so hard, because you have to choose to look at the quite possibly worst version of yourself and be like, you have to fix that. Yeah. Instead of being like, no, I'm good as I am, like, it's totally fine. It's like, no, you're not, baby. Like, you can do some work, and that work is hard.
Yeah, we all can use a little improving. Improving.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's why I like hesitate making Belen a middle child, because I'm like, my princess girl, like, I just want her to be a princess, and I feel like we're complete with 2 kids. Like, it's totally fine and doable. Yeah. And it's that same trauma of being like, if I can comfortably raise them and give them a good life, that's fine. Yeah. You know, it's the knowing, the being selfish in that way, being like, okay, of course everybody wants more kids, but it's hard, and it's more financial burdens that you don't even know that could come, you know? Right.
And you know what I also think about too, like, what if you have, this happened to one of my mom's really good friends. She already had 4 kids. Yeah, she already had 4 kids. So then she got pregnant one last time. She had twins, and one of them is special needs now. So on top of having 6 kids is a lot of work, but having a special needs child is a whole nother world, a whole nother, you know, thing, on top of still having to be a parent to every one of your other kids. So I'm like, I think about that too. I'm like, and if you're an older sister, it's like to more than one, sibling, I think it's already so hard. Like the more kids there are, there's more money, more problems. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
No, but
the more kids, more problems.
But it's just, I don't know. It's hard. But speaking of them, she does a really good job of like trying, like all of her kids help her, but I feel like she does a good job of like, okay, I'm the mom, you don't have to, like you help me, but it's not your burden.
Oh, that's amazing. And I think that's what we're breaking too. It's like you don't need anything else than to be a kid. Which there's some things, right? Because it's like, I remember growing up, I've always had to do chores. Que limpies la casa, que limpies esto, que limpies lo otro. So I'm like, I don't think that's necessarily bad.
No, that builds character.
Exactly. I'm like, and very responsible, clean kids.
Yes.
So it's like for my kids now, like they're toddlers, but ever since Franco was little, like I remember making him pick up his toys and being like, oh, like I can do it, but it's like, no, like this is good for him. Yeah. And even now being like, their room is their responsibility. I'm like, tienes que recoger tus juguetes, tienes que tender tu cama, doblar tu ropa, and like all his clothes, when I fold it, he has to put it away. Not in the best way, but I feel like it's creating that for him.
Good habits.
Instead of being like, te lo guarda. You know? Like, I feel like that's how it was growing up. Like, well, Yulisa va a lavar el baño. I'm like, why can't Joe? Like, he's right there, you know?
That's I'm going to air my family's tea out right now. But my brother and my sister share a bathroom. It's a Jack and Jill bathroom. And my sister gets so angry because she's the one who's always cleaning the bathroom. And it's this fight about, why do I always have to clean the bathroom if I share it with my brother? And my mom's like, pues es que ya le dije a tu hermano this and that. But they yell at my sister if it's not clean. And I'm like, do you see what you do? Do you see what you do? Like they're like, well, he goes to work, this and that. I'm like, my sister goes to work too.
Exactly. And I feel like it doesn't matter because you both are in the space all the time. Yeah, it doesn't matter
who works, who doesn't. Like if you're going to use that bathroom, clean it.
Exactly. And boys are so like, well, I don't think it's dirty. So.
Well, that, and I think my brother's kind of more clean, but I think my brother knows like, well, if I don't clean it, who cares? Because my sister's going to get tired of it and she's just going to clean it.
Exactly.
Because I know if he was living on his own, it would be clean.
Yeah.
And that's what and that's
my trauma right there.
I know. We're getting off topic. Yeah. For me, since I'm the older, I guess just to end this really quick, it's kind of like the emotional baggage of everybody for like for example, if I want I feel like I'm the only one that besides like birthdays and stuff like that, get-togethers, I'm the only one that's kind of like, hey, let's get together, come to my house. Like getting everybody together is my like responsibility, and I know it's not, but in that way. Or sometimes like my husband will be like, why are you always the one that like, hey, call this person to do this and that. I'm like, I feel like I figure out things for other people, but not to the level that you do. But sometimes my husband's like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you feel like you have to figure out everybody's lives? And I'm like, I don't know why I do that.
It's the oldest sister in us that just wants everything in order. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably one of my most annoying things too. It's like, why do I have to plan everything for everyone? Like, girl, if you want to do something for your birthday, do it. But birthdays are different. Like birthdays for me, I'm like, I will take full responsibility. I don't care. But like for like holidays.
Right. Thank
pues,
you.
¿Qué quieres hacer? ¿Qué hacemos de comer? I'm like, I'm over it.
Exactly. So like even little things like that, I'm like, and it's not like a group conversation. It's like asking me like, okay, like what are we gonna do? Like, it's
like send us the itinerary, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not gonna plan it, and I end up doing it, and it's annoying. Yeah. But enough about our trauma.
I know, I'm like, let's move on.
Let's move on to your traumas.
Did you ever fist fight with your sisters?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I never did, and I don't remember ever hitting them, but I do remember being more like I like te va a salir la llorona, you know, like I would verbally scare them.
Yeah.
Or one thing I used to struggle with, because when I graduated high school, I like took on full responsibility of taking my sisters to school, my mom to work, and like you guys knew, my vlogs were always like, literally 7:30 I'm gonna go take my mom and then my sisters and then pick them up and then go clean the house. Oh my baby girl. And I remember my sister Jimena hated school. Like my mom and I had to drag her into school, like elementary school. Like my mom had her legs and I had her arms.
Oh my god!
And she was so strong that sometimes we could not. Oh my god, Jimena, I'm exposing you. I hope you don't listen to this. And I remember like we had every day was a fight. Every day, just fighting like, you have to go to school, I'm not going, you have to go to school. And we would drag her ass to school, dead ass. Gosh. I wish I had security footage of that. That was so funny. And there are times que nos ganaba. Like there were times that we couldn't get her out of the car. And I remember the meanest thing I ever did to her Aw, I hope she doesn't remember. I don't want to talk about it. Cut the cameras. The meanest thing I ever did to her was, it was like during winter and no le ganamos. So I drove out of the school parking lot. Mali stayed. And I remember after I dropped my mom off at work, and this was like what pissed me off, that I had to, like, if she didn't go to school, I had to take care of her at home. So I had to do everything for her, And I remember that day we're driving home and it's winter and I fully put the AC in the back. Full blast. I'm like, I was so pissed, and it was like la impotencia that I couldn't let it out. Like, I couldn't yell at her. She didn't care. I couldn't hit her because I just wouldn't bring myself to hit her. But I was like, I'm putting the AC full blast in the back. It's full winter and I don't care.
And she didn't say anything?
She didn't say anything because she was so hard-headed that, like, si mamá se la nalgueaba, she would laugh first of all and piss my mom off more.
Yeah.
And if they would yell at her, she would, like, she was just like ¿cómo se dice? Like poker face. Yeah, like, she didn't care if you yelled at her, made her sad, meant nothing.
Queen.
So I feel like that was like my input. I was like, well, this she can't control, so I just put the AC full blast.
How do you even think about that? That's crazy.
I know. And then I remember feeling like shit after, but I wasn't gonna say anything because I remember she was like fighting us, like dead ass, like full on physically fighting us.
That guilt. When you just said you feel bad, I'm like, the things I said to my sister were so fucking mean.
Yeah, I don't remember saying like, I don't remember hurting the feelings, but again, like, I was fully like 15. You're right. No, I was 18 and they were 9.
Like, you could have been a mom.
Yeah, exactly. They could have actually been my kids, and I think that's why we never had actual fights, because it's like they're just babies.
And like, you wouldn't fist fight your mom.
I should have. Not my mom, my sisters. Ganas no me faltaban, but then who would get in trouble?
Exactly.
Me.
Yeah.
If I hit them and my mom came home and told, like, they would tell her, I would get in trouble. And there was my points for going out and staying out till 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope nobody hears that.
None of your family.
Okay. You guys are going to tell us your traumas now so we can escape out.
I know. Now let's get out of this bad feeling we're having.
Seriously.
Hated being the older sister during a parent divorce.
That's so sad.
A lot of these, well, the first ones I'm seeing is kind of that, just being a second mom.
Mm-hmm. This one's like always feeling unheard after arguments because the baby is always an angel.
Oh, I never lived that, thankfully. Mm-hmm. But I can understand how frustrating that is. Like, well, they're a baby, they don't know. Like, they're the baby, no saben. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've seen that too. Like, when I go and do makeup and there's a lot of kids and they're always they're literally only paying attention to the older and the younger kids, and the ones in the middle are kind of like left to fend for themselves.
Exactly.
This one says, oldest of 5, I became a second mom, so I decided not to have kids of my own. I totally understand.
That's why I didn't want kids, I think. Mm-hmm. Being a perfect example for my siblings. That makes sense.
We didn't even talk about that. I know. And that's like I think that's the biggest trauma.
That's like a whole different can of worms though, because it's so hard. And I think that it's not even that, I don't know, I didn't feel that responsibility, but I do remember being scared to like mess up and be like, oh, my sisters are watching me,
Yeah. And for me, it was that, like, my sisters and, like I said, my cousins, like, I always think about that, like, I have to do good because, and they would not tell me this a lot, but the very few times they would tell me, like, you have all these kids watching you. I'm like,
damn it, close your eyes.
Let me act out.
The camera's dead.
How long has it been dead for? Stop. Oh.
Sorry, Ian. It's going to be put a cute picture of us.
I smile and the camera's off.
Okay. Okay, sorry. What were you going to say? I'm going to read another one. Huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. I got all these ass whoopings. My mom would even choke me when she was mad at everyone.
Oh my God. So the punching bag.
Yep.
Being relied on to solve everyone's problems. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Getting the difficult version of our parents.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Having to save my brother from seeing or hearing things he should not be hearing.
That's so sad. The guilt of moving out and forming your own family away from the family you know. Bruh, my sister doesn't talk to me after my husband lent her $20,000 to help her save her house. The audacity.
No. Having stricter rules than my younger sibling who is a boy.
Of course.
Always.
Not being allowed to go anywhere unless my brothers went along.
Oh,
Did you have to deal with that?
no.
Oh.
Well, no, actually I didn't. But when my husband and I first started dating, there was nobody to take care of his brother.
Oh.
So he went on all of our dates with us when he
How
was
old
little.
was he?
He was little, like 10.
Oh
maybe?
my God.
Yeah, 10, 11.
That is so
Ahí iba
funny.
con nosotros, a donde íbamos nosotros,
Really?
de morros.
I was not the oldest sister, but let me just say I love to snitch on them.
I was about to read that one too. That's so funny.
That's the least we could do.
Yep. Somebody said it was my responsibility as the oldest to provide for my family at 9 to 10 years old.
What?
It stuck with me until 17.
Oh, heck no. What? I ate some of my sister's ruffles I had bought for her myself, and she didn't talk to me for 2 years. What? That is too funny.
Are you reading the fight one yet?
No. Do you want to go into that one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna read your biggest fights with your sisters, because I feel like on TikTok I see a lot of like really big fights with sisters. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. I think it's also the way you're raised, kind of.
Exactly.
Like my mom never let us fight.
Exactly. Like that's what she didn't see it that.
Yeah. Okay, currently in one of, I think, the biggest fights of sisterhood. Haven't spoken in about 8 months for defending my mom. I think that always gets hard too. Like when you start taking sides in family, that's why family drama happens.
Oh, when you're like,
fights.
well, I'm gonna tell you something, but don't tell my sister. And then they're like, well, don't tell your sister I told you.
Sorry, don't do that.
Exactly. I'm like, don't tell me because I will tell them. Cuando la peinaba le pegaba con el peine cuando se movía.
Oh my
We love each
gosh.
other. She stopped talking to me for 1 year because of the guy I was dating. He was younger than me. What the heck? How much younger? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that one's hard too, because as family, like you want to keep your family close, but sometimes their partner is a little crazy, you know, and you know they're not good for them or good for the
Exactly.
family. So at that point, what do? You distance yourself from them.
Mhm.
That's hard.
It is hard.
Oh, I pepper sprayed mine over socks. We didn't talk for 3 months until I got pregnant.
Cut the socks.
Oh my God.
When they would wear my new clothes before I had the chance to. I'm done. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, the clothes thing. Every single one of my pieces of clothing since I can remember probably goes to Cuddy.
Oh.
I cut my sister off completely because they made a group chat to say horrific things to me. I was 4 weeks postpartum.
What?
Yeah, I'd probably cut my sister off.
Absolutely.
But my sister would never.
Exactly. Using my products that I already personally told her not to use. I remember that was one fight with my sisters when I started wearing makeup, is that they would get into my makeup and pretend they didn't. Who grabbed this?
Oh my gosh. I didn't even talk about this. My sister and I growing up, we shared a room, and that was our biggest fight because I've always been a little bit more like, OCD, organized, very specific about how I want my things. And Kari would literally, I just remember her being like a tornado. And even still when she comes to my house, I think it's so funny now because I have things a certain way, and she comes and she throws everything, and like she's not being disrespectful to my house. Like she doesn't realize she's doing something. She does things. She's so comfortable here that she does things the way she does them at home,
That makes sense.
And that's the way I like to think about it, because if I feel like, if I start thinking about it in a different way, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna kick your ass. Just kidding.
For real. What was this? Did I see? My sister and I stopped talking for a year because she became friends with my ex's new girlfriend. Yikes. That's scary. I would too. Just kidding. I would stop talking to them too.
I know.
Bruh, we were literally half naked agarradas de las greñas because we started fighting over who was going to shower first. I think that was another fight.
Same.
The hot water. No te bañes porque duras una hora.
Yeah.
Then there's no more hot water.
How funny that it's so relatable. We grew up in a house with one bathroom, which now I'm like, I think that's my trauma. That's why I want such a big house, because my house was so little,
Same.
And I'm like, we would just, I remember on Sundays que íbamos a misa y luego it was like midday, so we'd have to leave early. I'm like, how did 5 of us take a shower in one bathroom?
For real.
Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Let's see.
Why is this unlocking memories I didn't have?
For real? I'm going to go into the DMs.
Okay.
Somebody says, I want to protect my younger sister as much as possible, more because she's pregnant and her sister-in-law made her first pregnancy hell. And now is trying to make my sister's gender reveal and baby shower all about her and her comfortability. Protect your sister, baby.
Exactly. Ooh, my sister said my husband was trying to hit on her. Stopped talking for a month. Everything was a lie. That is so hard and scary.
Ooh, this one's a little bit of a story time. My sister that's 4 years younger than me and I were sitting down doing our homework while my mom slept and my dad got home from work. He got mad because we were fighting over a pencil boxer bag that he and I both wanted. He had bad anger issues and decided that it would be a good idea to turn on the pot to heat up water and pour it all over me.
What?
I thought he was joking, so I didn't believe him, and he chased me around the house, and I have triplet sisters, and I used one as a shield, thinking he would not throw the water on me, and he definitely did. I threw my sister away from me, and he threw the whole boiling pot of water all over my arm and caused a 3rd-degree burn, and my parents didn't take me to the hospital, thinking CPS would get involved, and now I have a very bad scar tissue on my left arm over that.
What the heck? That's a case. Just kidding. I'm sorry, girl. That is infuriating. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm speechless.
Exactly. Like, what do you do and say?
Speechless.
The frick?
Do you still talk to your brother?
Exactly. That's the question of the hour. I got blamed for my sister being suspended for 10 days when she got caught being high. And then my mom admitted to her being her favorite child in front of people. Till this day, that pulls on my heartstring, makes me cry every time. Imagine like knowing your mom admitted that someone else is her favorite child.
Kind of like the Kardashians. Like Kris is always changing her favorite child. I'm like, you guys think, like they think that's so funny. I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah, just say no. I don't have one. That is so sad.
I don't have a sister, but I have an older brother, and there was a time years ago when I was still in high school. I dated this guy for about 2 years, and he was so possessive, and he did it like my brother, which was so weird because he was jealous at the fact that we had a close bond. Anyway, he crashed my brother's truck and needed a whole new tailgate, and I took the blame for it, and he didn't talk to me for a long time till I finally told him it wasn't me. Moral of the story, always tell the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, girl, don't ever take the blame for no man, especially.
Oh my god, this one was for the trauma. Trying to keep your siblings from crying, you start to bribe them with anything and everything to the point where you're almost suffocate them.
Seriously. Don't tell mom, I'll give you whatever you want.
Exactly.
Si le dices a mi mamá, te voy a poner una chinga.
Exactly, te va a ir peor.
Yeah.
I know. Why are we so traumatized? Do you think other ethnicities have the same traumas as us? Probably not.
Only if they're brown. Just kidding.
Exactly. Why do you think that? That's a rabbit hole we should go down.
You know what? I think it all comes down to the way we were raised. And I feel like in other, like I think about this, like other countries, like for example, I was listening to a podcast with Brett Manrock, and he was talking about like, what was he talking about? Something about he had to do things for his parents because they didn't speak English. And I'm like, it's because it's that we all grow up a certain way. It's usually like in poverty, it's usually a language barrier. It's usually like we all have the same situations, but also like if you even think about it, like our home countries, like Mexico is very similar to a lot of other countries. Like I don't know, I can't think of another country, but you know, like we all just grow up in a similar way, and it's all about it's all psychological because it's all about survival. So
that's so
the reason we grow up in a certain way is because they're like, for example, our grandparents, they were just trying to survive. Like we know a lot of these things, and we're so lucky and we are so privileged to be able to raise our children a certain way. Mm-hmm. But the reason that they were able to be raised that way is because it was about survival. It wasn't about anything else. I think about this a lot.
That is so sad.
I know. And that's why like the reason our grandmas, like it's not a coincidence that our grandmas or great grandmas, they had so many kids. No, it was for a reason, you know?
Exactly. The not knowing anything but having kids.
Exactly.
And the fact that I remember my grandma, like I feel like they're all 1 or 2 years apart. I'm like, girl.
Yeah. And also lack of resources, but also just being so like the Catholic Church, for example, like even if there, I guess, was resources available to them, they weren't going to use it because they had that fear instilled in them.
Exactly.
Like, you don't do that. You don't use birth control.
This is the right way. Like just have as many kids as you can.
Right. And then in some cases, like if you had like, como dices tú, your uncles would help your grandma your grandpa, it's because at that point they needed so many kids to help raise the farm or the household.
Oh my goodness.
I know, we're all a certain way because of our, I guess, ancestry.
Yeah, it's like how you say it's all generational. Like everything that we have and exactly who we are is because of who our grandparents, great grandparents were.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's so sad. Luisa, I don't think, like, Luisa's grandma, I don't think she, like, had toys. I don't think I think even his mom, I don't think even had toys.
So fucking sad.
I know. I'm like that because they were surviving. They literally had to survive, like, just to have food.
That is so freaking sad.
Yeah. Even my dad, like, I'm pretty sure, like, my dad didn't have toys growing up.
I think so.
My dad has six brothers.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
And especially when they're boys, it's like, well, you're working.
Right. Like, they lived in a little ranchito.
Or also, I feel like a lot of our like older generations didn't go to school or didn't finish school because it's like, no, we need you to work. You can't go to school.
Either work or, like, in your mom's case, you're not going to school because you have to take care of the kids.
Exactly.
And over there, like, there's no laws like there is here.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
they're not gonna go pick you up for not bringing your child to school.
Exactly.
I don't like that.
I know. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And I think we have it so easy. Like, I know there's things that we go through that are hard, but when it comes to that, I'm like, we have it so easy that we get to choose.
We have resources. Like, what? Like, I cannot fathom not having Google for any little question I have. And it's
TikTok.
like, for them, who? Like, ve preguntar a la vecina?
Exactly.
That is so terrifying. Oh my God.
It's so different.
It is.
Even, like, sometimes, like, I'll tell my mom, yeah, this is the reason I do this and this with Penny. She's like, I know. She's like, I know a lot of these things, but she's like, it's so different because you have so many resources available to you. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, this was a very hard hitting episode, I think. Let us know, of course, what else you want to listen to, because we love reading the comments and taking all your suggestions.
Yeah.
Even though some of them are a little hard to talk about, but I think that's what we basically are, you know, like a safe space so that everyone knows, like, no, we all deal with this, you know.
Yeah.
Just to be relatable and be a comfort for you as well.
Yeah. Because this is what we would like to, like, we talk about these things because I'm like, I've never heard anybody talk about this.
Yeah, like, I would want to be an older sister to people that don't have older sisters, you know. Like, for example, us, like, wouldn't you want an older sister to just take care of you instead of being the one that had to figure everything out?
Do you know I used to lie when I was in 5th grade? And I used to say I had an older sister just because I wanted an older sister so bad.
Sad. Exactly.
I know. I'm like, please. I want, like, it sounded so cool, like, to have an older sister.
Like, oh yeah, my sister. That's so sad. Well, at least we do have sisters and they're just younger than us.
Yeah.
We had to, what did it say? We had to run so they could walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast episode. Sorry we had a black screen for the last few minutes.
I know. We'll talk to the cameraman next time.
Cameraman, where the heck did you not charge it? AKA me. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and
have a great weekend and a great rest of your day and a great new August.
Aww, I love August.
Bye.
Yay Media Group.